We also got our signal down here, guys, at the 29,404, which coincides pretty nicely with this weekly band. So this is the one that I was talking to you guys about. This is this band right here. Sorry, let me blow this up just a little bit. This is that band that we're seeing here on from our signal right here. So what I can tell you is this has got about 9 points of risk here. Let's just call it 10. Actually, I guess, no, we call it 8.5. It's 8.5 points of risk. This could be a much, much larger trade than what I have here on my TPs. This is scalping, so this is definitely an area where, you know, you can get your, let's call it 14, 15 points. This should come with should come pretty easily. But, you know, if you're like if you want to maybe, just to be on the safe side, maybe put your TP at the top of this band at the 446. And the reason why I'm saying that is that if you do have capability of the footprint, and if you get like a 60 range flip here, because you're going to get a flip on the 30 or the 60. So the 30 would be my scalping. If I get a scalp off the 30 or a flip on the 30, you know, then TP2 is going to come pretty easy. But what I'm trying to get at is if you do see a 60 range flip from here, from this entry here, that could be a trade, guys, that you can really ride. You can really ride. Go to break even once you're out of this volume pocket here, and you could turn 8.5 points to 75 points very, very easily. I mean, quickly. Not much more than 15, 20 minutes in that trade. And, you know, obviously I have a lot of confluences down here at this 29,404 level. But let me just see where... Let's see where the other bigger one is at. I'm pretty sure it's going to be right smack in the middle of it. Yeah. So not to confuse the signal here, but there's just a lot of pieces of confluences here. This is where your AVT setup is at. 29,418 to the 29,370. So this is all in balance. So you don't really need to worry yourself too much about this here. You know, yes, price action can come here and rip. I mean, I've taken trades for 100 points off of this, you know, sliver up here, because it's just that initial reaction. There's so much unbalanced volume here that the reaction is fast. You know, these trades are not, like you guys see my signals. My signals are an average of 13 seconds. Now, obviously, the weekly bands, they take a little bit longer time, especially when I've got 100 to 150 point target. But really watch this one and really, you know, map out these three boxes. Well, you should already have the signal on your chart, but map out these three boxes. The 29,446 to the 29,333, the 29,369. So that's your weekly band. Your daily band is going to be sitting at the 29,418 to the 29,370. It's right here. And there's many times where these signals will give you 60 to 70 points, 100 points. It can be the reversal, literally like the pivot of the market. So if you do want to capitalize on that, you know, it's up to you on your risk parameters. If you just want to go to TP1, TP2, no problem. That's the strategy. But if you would like to ride this a little longer, if you want to take maybe 4 micros, take 2 off at TP2 and let the other 2 run, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me just clarify. There's money to be made here today, for sure. From here on out to the close, I think there's some money to be made. So save those 2 screenshots, and then we'll converse back in the evening. I'll put a post on and see what happens. And I'm gonna try to. I've got a meeting from like noon to almost 3 o'clock today, but I don't really have to do much for it. So I might have my laptop with me, and I'll kind of take a look at these setups. All right, guys, stay patient. And hey, everyone, it's Trader Rob. Honestly, if it wasn't recorded, no one would ever believe it. But that was the conversation that I had with my Signal members after my YouTube stream had come to an end here this morning. Spent about maybe an extra 30, 40 minutes kind of going over some setups for the rest of the afternoon. And as you guys heard, I said that I would check back with them in the afternoon. I obviously knew that my signal had hit TP1, TP2, which is nothing new. Really good, extremely good win rate with the signal service since February of last year when I started the service. But why I truly believe that this is probably one of the best values in the trading space. I know there is a shit ton of signal services, Discord servers, things that you can join. Trust me, I get it. It's there's a lot, and there's probably a lot that's pure garbage. I don't know. All I can tell you is that I charge $59 a month for really super high quality signals that give you your entry, TP1, TP2, and your stop loss. And these signals are provided hours, if not days, prior to the actual price action coming back down to our entry. So there's ample time to have your limit order put in, have it all ready up on your charts. This is not something that's like instant, hey, I'm getting into this trade right here. No, these are very structured, very methodical signals that I find and I dissect from the market every single day. And as you guys heard on the video that I played with you guys, this was from the morning. I had given everybody a signal, and I'm going to just delete some of this here. I just left it here so you guys know it's exactly the same spot. So this was my signal here. This was the signal that I gave to my Signal members. Let's see what day that was. Completed signals. This was 8 hours ago. So it's 4 o'clock right now. So what was that? Maybe around 8 in the morning or something like that. So it was pretty early in the morning. Actually, it was, I think it was around 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I think it was around 7 a.m. this morning, Central Time. So about an hour and a half before the market opened, and gave them the signal. Now the signal gets posted into that portal that you see that, you can obviously log in here and view all of the signals. The signal also is posted to the portal app. So we have an app that, gives you a notification on your phone. There's an email that comes in with all the details of the signal. And then lastly, there is a text message for US customers. I do have a lot of international customers. I love you guys. But for US customers, they also get a text notification of the signal that was just posted. So there's ample notification, ample time to get into these trades. But the unique part, the signal and hitting TP1 and TP2 was not the unique part. The unique part was the conversation that I had with my Signal members maybe 2 hours before this trade occurred. And as you guys heard in the video, I said, this is this signal is within a larger weekly band, and it's also within a daily band. Okay, if you guys watch my Sunday videos, you guys know what I'm talking about. The levels that are inside of the bands, super strong. These signals that I find for the signal group, these are, I mean, it takes me a while. I mean, it's not every day that the signal comes out, but when they come out, they are extremely high quality. This was 8 points of stop loss here, guys. 8 points of stop on the NQ on a market that's ripping like this. Okay, that's moving hundreds of points very, very quickly. 8 points of stops, and I told everybody in my signal group, you can turn this signal into a much, much bigger trade. You don't have to. You can trade it and take your TP1, TP2, be done with the signal, move on to the next one, no problem. But if you guys really want to turn this into a much bigger trade, there is a huge opportunity out of this exact signal right here. And you tell me, that was 300 points. That was 300 point move. What did I say in the video? I said this could be the pivot for the NQ. And I'm calling that with an 8 point stop. That's crazy. Furthermore, I give them the entry confirmation. If you want to take this thing and ride this thing for much further, look for a 60 range flip. If you've been watching my live streams, taking my volume masterclass course, you already know what I'm talking about. But we'll go over it one more time. Let's go to the 60 range footprint. This is my 60 range footprint. This is one of my entry footprints that I use. I use the 30 range or the 60 range. For you guys who don't know what are 30 range, 60 range, well, it's 30 ticks. So each box has got to move 30 ticks, or 7.5 points. 60 range is going to be 15 points. So I've got a 30 range footprint. I've got a 60 range footprint. Both of those I use for entry confirmations. Depending if I'm looking for a quick scalp, if I'm looking for a medium-sized move, and then I've got a 120 range footprint, which is 30 points. Those are going to be for my much, much larger trades. And that's honestly what I use personally to find these particular setups. But that's really not the point. The point here was I said to look for a 60 range flip. Now, for those of you that don't know what a 60 range flip is, on why I've created this as my entry confirmation, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for an example of going long. I want to see a green footprint candle, which we get right here. Okay, and I want to see negative delta, meaning that there is all of this negative delta that's coming into the market. Okay, sellers are trying to push the shit out of this market to the downside, and price action, apart from all of that downwards pressure, still closes the candle as a green candle. That to me is a flip. That to me is a confluence piece of an entry confirmation. And that's exactly what I told the members. If you get a 60 range flip here, guys, take this one because this one's going to go to the moon. And that's exactly what it ended up doing. So why do I say that I believe that it's the best value? It's $59 a month, guys. One trade on a few micros pays for your signal service for a month or two. Give it a shot. I guarantee you what you learn and the quality setups that you take might even prevent you from over trading if you have a problem with that. It's just, they're great. The signals are fantastic, and there is a live trading room, so you don't have to be on YouTube. Even though I love YouTube, but you don't have to be on the YouTube. You come directly into our portal, and there is less than a second lag. We've had it measured multiple times. It's a second of lag between what you see on my screen and what you're seeing on your screen, which is much different than the YouTube stream as well. We answer questions. We obviously go over signals in that signal portal group. And then, we've got a place here to go in for the open signals. Here are all of the completed signals, TP1, 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 TP2, I mean, TP1 and TP2, just constant. They're just all constant, 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 constant. I think there's been four signals in a row, both TP1 and TP2. You're talking about almost a year of signals paid for with just a few micros. And signal stats, we've got all of the stats. So I'm fully transparent with every single stat that is in my, that I've ever taken. They're all right here. Every single trade, every single thing is in there. So didn't think it would be a commercial for the signal service, but you know what? It's a damn good service that I provide. I think I provided a really good value. So if you're thinking about if you're interested in it, the link's in the description below. Lastly, I got to bring this up because I think it's a crazy deal that Apex came out with today. $49 all in for a 50K intraday eval. Okay, that includes the activation. So let's say you get it funded, that's including your PA fee, $49. You could buy it either single or you could buy it as a 5-pack. So you don't have to go in and do the checkout one after the other. It's not like that anymore. You can buy it either as a single eval or you can buy it as a 5-pack bundle. I think it's a crazy good deal. Use code TraderRob. I promise I hate making videos that sound like commercial, but sometimes I just really have to come out and show what it is that we're doing. So, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone.